IKEA spends millions of dollars a year selling meatballs at a loss. They do it on purpose. And those meatballs are one of the most profitable business decisions IKEA has ever made. Here's why. You walk into an IKEA. You're there to buy a bookshelf, maybe a desk, maybe just a few candles, and you'll be out in 20 minutes. 2 hours later, you're sitting in their cafeteria eating Swedish meatballs, surrounded by shopping bags full of things you didn't plan to buy. This isn't an accident. Every single part of that experience was designed. I'm the analytic, and today we're breaking down how IKEA turned a Swedish furniture catalog into one of the most psychologically engineered retail experiences on earth, and why a $5 meatball is at the center of it. IKEA was founded in 1943 in Sweden by a 17-year-old named Ingvar Kamprad. The original idea was simple: sell furniture at prices working-class families could actually afford by stripping out middlemen, designing flat-pack products that customers assembled themselves, and operating at massive scale. IKEA could undercut traditional furniture stores by enormous margins. Today, IKEA operates over 400 stores in more than 60 countries. They generate around 45 billion euros a year in revenue. They sell more than just furniture. They sell food, candles, plants, lamps, kitchen tools, and home accessories. But the heart of their business, the engine that makes everything work, is the store experience itself. And to understand IKEA, you have to understand why their stores look the way they do. Walk into an IKEA, and the first thing you'll notice is that there are no shortcuts. The store's laid out as a single winding path that takes you through every department in a specific order: living room, bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, office. You can't skip ahead. You can't go directly to the item you came for. To find anything, you have to walk through everything. This is called the IKEA effect, or sometimes the Gruen transfer, named after the architect Victor Gruen, who designed the first modern shopping malls. The idea is simple. The longer a customer stays inside a store, the more likely they are to buy things they didn't plan to buy. The maze design isn't a flaw. It's the entire strategy. Every minute you spend in IKEA increases the probability that you'll see something, want it, and put it in your cart. But here's the problem with keeping people in your store for 2 hours. Eventually, they get hungry. Hungry people leave to find food, and once they leave, most of them don't come back. This is the problem the meatballs solve. IKEA places their restaurant in the middle of the store path, usually right after the showroom areas where people have already been browsing for an hour. The food is cheap, simple, and famously good. The Swedish meatballs cost around $5 for a full plate. A hot dog costs even less. Coffee with unlimited refills is often around $1. IKEA loses money on most of these items. They've said so publicly. But they don't care about restaurant profit. They care about what the restaurant does for the store. Cheap food keeps customers inside. Instead of leaving to grab lunch and not coming back, shoppers eat at IKEA and then continue browsing. Studies have shown that customers who eat at the in-store restaurant spend significantly more on the actual products than customers who don't. The $5 meatball isn't food, it's an advertising expense disguised as a meal. And here's where it gets even more clever. The cafeteria is also designed to make shoppers comfortable. There are play areas for kids. There are spaces to sit, relax, and rest. Many shoppers, especially families, treat IKEA as a half-day outing. They eat, the kids play, the parents rest, and then they keep shopping. IKEA isn't just selling furniture. IKEA is selling an experience that happens to end with furniture. But the meatballs are only one part of the system. The other part is the flat pack design itself. Almost every IKEA product is designed to be disassembled into flat boxes that customers transport home and assemble themselves. This started as a way to reduce shipping costs, but it ended up doing something much more profound. When you assemble your own furniture, you become emotionally invested in it. Researchers have actually named this phenomenon after IKEA. The IKEA effect describes the cognitive bias, where people value things they built themselves much more highly than equivalent things they bought ready-made. Even when your assembled bookshelf is slightly crooked or imperfect, you love it more than a perfect one you bought somewhere else because you made it. This emotional investment translates directly into customer loyalty. People who assemble IKEA furniture remember it, talk about it, and come back for more. The frustration of putting together a bookshelf isn't a downside of the IKEA experience. It's part of how IKEA gets you to feel ownership over their products. So when you put all of it together, here's what IKEA actually is. The store maze is designed to keep you inside as long as possible. The restaurant is designed to keep you fed so you don't leave. The flat pack design is designed to make you emotionally invested in what you buy. Every dollar IKEA appears to lose on a meatball or a hot dog or a coffee refill comes back to them 5 or 10 times over in increased furniture sales. The meatballs aren't food. The maze isn't bad design. The flat pack isn't just about shipping costs. IKEA isn't really a furniture company. IKEA is a behavioral engineering company that happens to sell furniture. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. If you found this interesting, hit subscribe. There's a new business breakdown every week. I'll see you in the next one.